Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, beloved. Welcome to Realm 9. Welcome to Realm 9, where we don't put on, we already on. Hey, moving around a little bit, as you can see, me and a couple of folks, fams, you know what I'm saying? Folks I can trust out here. As we keep moving and peeping, we see folks out there, content creators that we can trust. We didn't post some things out there. First, before I start off today, socializing, I want to make a big public announcement, and if you can facilitate this in some ways, help facilitate this in some ways. I know it's going to get there. I'm not concerned about that, but I do want it to be a worldwide view. And if you got your cafe, just that much though. You don't need a lot. Just, well, eat boot that much, and then this much like French vanilla, and then was that caramel? Caramel. Put some caramel, that much, about that much caramel, and then snuck over there with the Don't be telling the store people on me, all right? They're gonna find out anyway, ain't they? Snuck in there and be say, what you got? Cappuccino and coffee, and they charge you. Hey, so check it out. Serious note. I know I be serious and y'all be like, you too serious. Like serious? No, you too serious. Who serious? Serious. B or A. So why B had to come before A? Something about this thinking. But salute. Commander-in-Chief. You don't get that? That's kind of good. It means you got to go study, find out what that means. What's COC? Commander, what's CAO? You can't even say it. CAC mean. It's supposed to be COC, Commander-in-Chief, but they don't know CO. We saw COC. Who's the CAC? Who's the CAC? We always say COC. Who's the COC? Commander of Chief. That don't even make sense. Our saying. And the family. That means the internal family, the assistant family, the supportive family. All right, everything to deal with that. All right, real talk. Why? And then to also, let's wrap it up in one to Big E. All right, Big Easy out there. We start with you first. I have not been bashful or ashamed, sorry, unapologetic about letting folks know that I know I'm part of a Neuralink society, which is now becoming even cooler, I guess, in some ways or form. Still felt some kind of way, you know, like I should, I'm human, about invasion of the body, but and when you put it in proper context and understanding the process, reflecting back on it, why you here now, so then you understand the purpose of then to get you here now. We're aware, right? And still not so happy about it, you know, and all that stuff, because, you know, it is what it is, but we all come to some points of value in ourselves, perspective, that we want as much control of ourselves, if all, more than anybody else, right? So I pride myself on that, but understand the purpose, because the protective shield and the system inside allows to be tracked and things like that. All right, cool. But understand the tug of war of it, coming about it and all that stuff. The purpose outweighs. Where this comes from, and we can start off like that, is first, I apologize for any of my part in if it made the process go backwards, or unnecessary disturbances and things like that, right? But we work with what we, so much of the effects that come about with what's being done. So in now went into both, you know what I'm saying? Apologize to T-Rex because of understanding through I watched Flynn. So I had Flynn, beloveds. There's a documentary on Tubi. Challenge you to watch that. It's about 2 hours. Right? You will not be, you will be entertained. You will be blown off. Many of y'all have already watched it. I was already influenced to go that route earlier. I think about, this is a while back. Seen and everything. I just, like, it wasn't the time. All right? Spirit wasn't the time. So timing was right on. I'm trying to tell you something. Purpose for attitude and continuance of dying down a lot of the frustration, anger, that going the right way, getting the right direction, pointing at the right people and stuff like that. But if I would have known like I known yesterday, last night, like you gonna know, challenge you. Different picture being painted, if a picture painted. And probably could have took me over to the dark side for the show, just to get close to these folks too, you know what I'm saying? So all praise to the Most High on that. So in that, Flynn, great general, honorable, thank you so much for your example, your testimony, your leadership, and outside looking in. Example to follow. Yeah, all around, you know what I'm saying? Which we can lead into, well, let's stay. When you have a general, commander, leaders, what personifies a true leader within today's construct compared to back in the day? You know, when we talk about before the 60s, you know what I'm talking about, P and all y'all? We talk about when cats back then, it was just about surviving the day. Longness is I'm gonna get some meals, a meal, you know, and all this other stuff. Just, can I survive the day? You know what I'm talking about? What hit me in the documentary, I'll give it a couple of things, is, I want to keep these kind of short, is definitely when an individual get to a pinnacle point, and you can see it's not about, you know, I have worked under people that, generals and colonels that are not in touch, just like any other leader around in the world that gets so high up, not in touch with the battlefield, or the concern don't go as far down, you know what I'm saying? Empathy and sympathy, because, you know, we're warriors. We signed up for this, so we know what we're getting into, you know what I'm saying? So, give me a minute, y'all. I got to move around. I got distractions. But that's okay. Y'all know me. Y'all know I work.
Plan cuts down on the nonsense in your life. Now there's just one plan, one price. $30 a line per month.
Look good out here,
for a single line. And everyone gets our best 5G network. It's a phone plan designed to do exactly what a phone plan is supposed to do. Isn't that a lot simpler? Switch today at Verizon.com or at your nearest store. For new customers, $30 per line includes auto pay and switch discount. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply. Unlimited data is restricted to on-device smartphone usage. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This Father's Day...
That's why you told me not to park there. Somebody said don't park there like that too long. It ain't that I forget, but, you know, I'm easy. I'm mobile with it. So, yeah, the type of leadership quality when leader gets so high up there and still in touch with the reality, never lose touch of where it come from and the purpose of what they was doing it when they're on that lower totem pole, and then still carrying that same value, same principles, even when they're on that high totem pole, where that concern goes so much, I will get on the ground with my soldiers. So I was a part of some great people that did that. One that Abram, he left an impact on me, and what was that first one, man? I was in Tuzla. He wore glasses. And then Hammond. So, and all these people became generals. Or the one that I first was E4. He was a general already over former Yugoslavia. So, but a soldier's leader. You see what I'm talking about? So thank you, General Finn, Honorable, Mr. Finn, family man, retired, honorable, show. Also because the example you said went through, wow. I said that didn't coincide because you of all people and so many others. I hope we open so many of our veterans and those who serve, who do stay quiet, and so many concerns and so many things, but know that if they speak volume or whatever and go against the grain of the perilous crap that you got to go through, you know what I'm saying? So that's understood and aware, but just like, it's gonna come, because he also went to counseling. Damn. He went to counseling. It's gonna come. As we was going through so many challenges in the military, and the war was over, about 10 years had passed, and we were still warring. It's talking about Iraq and stuff. And it took generals, 4-stars and stuff, to come out and say, yeah, I had to bend to go to counseling, to influence soldiers. Hey, you're not gonna get ostracized or get go on and get some counseling. We know what we're doing, But it took them officers right there to lead the way and show them soldiers, hey, it's okay, because that was a stigma back in the day. Don't be go crying on nobody's shoulders and stuff like that. Hang yourself, kids. You see what I'm talking about? So that type of leadership, that weighs a whole lot more than I won this battle, I did this, you see what I'm talking about? Yeah. So off of that, that's why so many, I encourage you to go please watch Flynn, all right, on Tubi, capturing leadership. If we have to go to war, then that's a quality failure of leadership that makes the decision. War or no war. Not the ones who have to prepare for war, but those at that line on that pyramid to go up and say, this is the criteria and requirements and and this is who gets to check the block and If these leaders decide that war, then, or any leader, war is the #1 answer, then that's a failure on leadership. Yeah. Why? Top of the notch, highly educated, academic, and like I continue to say, like there's so many hours of education and book knowledge and stuff that's in the chambers, all of them, whether it be the judicial, the executive, you see what I'm talking about, and Congress, you see what I'm talking about, Senate. Too smart to not find a way that, just imagine this, put them same, you would think this, put the same, this is what you would want, because you're the head, put that same thinking, knowledge, and all that stuff, that what it should be, because you're the influence, and those see you do better and work better, then they follow that example. But put that on these young people out here that's shooting and killing and stuff, the education, the book, I'm saying something right now, right? Put that type of, even a little bit, how would you expect them to act right away with decisions and stuff like that? Definitely not straight go to the gun, because the books ain't saying, education ain't telling you that. A teacher ain't telling you that. A counselor ain't, a doctor, a psychologist ain't, you see what I'm talking about? That's the type of education we talking about, right? So that's why we find this disturbing up here when that's the, like, educated people are willing to go to the point of killing. We can't win no other way. We ain't creative. And reels it back. It's like, we ain't as smart as we thought we would, or we was reading, or the hours we was spending. Maybe at one point in time, that's even history. People were spending hours and hours of learning. That's what people were saying. But in reality, you know what was on the news not too long ago, right, beloved? What, 10, 15 years ago, if not that long, not too long? Who was caught buying their kids' education? See how this goes? So we in the premises of who's really educating who just false flagging they with a flag, a paper, I mean. Okay. Couple of questions I got. Is it just me? Just questions, entertainment purposes. Note, my own advertisement. Is it just me? Wow. When war do kick off, and I ain't talking about just now, I want you to go back in your history. When so easy to get there. Why we ain't never broke for war? What you say? You got blasphemy coming out your mouth, fool. What's wrong with you? We ain't never broke to go to war. We ain't never broke in war. Well, we is, but we ain't. It's like we is. The ones in there fighting. You got some water today? No, they say ain't bringing them with the MRE and 135. But the we's that make the war, say the war, hey, go to war. We ain't never broke for the war. We don't never say no. You ever notice that? Hey, war. You know there's a war. There's like, not an individual or nothing. It's a song. War. I'm not even making this stuff up. War. You know I ain't lying because war ain't went nowhere. So, hey, war, why you never shut down monetarily? Why war always get monetized? War always get monetized. What war done figured out we ain't figured out? Uh-oh. Shit. You getting too deep up in here. War ain't never broke. I'm waiting like you for the day we ain't got no bullets. Y'all ain't got no bullets either. We ain't got no gas, no fuel. How that gonna look? Everybody throwing rocks over there like Palestine. What the hell y'all get these slings? Where y'all get them slingshots? Who the new arm race? America. They sell slingshots at Target, y'all. Are you throwing shots? Nah, I'm just trying to make sure we don't get war bamboozled. So that was one. Flynn, you honorable one. I'm trying to tell you something. Giving you honor shots, baby. Honor. Give them flowers before they gone. May you knock on wood, don't go nowhere. You and the missus there. Blessings. We be hollering, we won. We won. Victory. after it's all said and done in them wars, I'm asking the American public. On paper, it say victory, America won, woo, that bringing the soldiers. On paper. Do you, when we come, do you feel like you won? See, back in the day, my inner Akashi remembers some things. Watch this, what he remember. Help me out, fam. Tribe. Jacob, come on, baby, climb the ladder. Back in the day, it went something like this. I look, I don't know if it was international rules. I don't know, but it was rules to the game, code, all that stuff. When we catch, when I catch your peoples, it's on. Hey, kitty. Hey, I'm gonna be your daddy. I'll be your daddy. See, we called it BOTTY. I don't want to say it. You see what I'm talking? And it meant a whole bigger thing, a whole bigger picture than a little, than that eye level down. A whole bigger picture. Get your eyes up here. We done won the war. Yeah, what's mine? All this. Chop the chief head off, man. I want his wife. I'm saying something. But because he knew the chief was going to backstab him. You see what I'm talking about? He knew. He wasn't tripping. But he told the other, he said, now you see what I did to your chief? Now, you want to entwine with us, entangle with us? Yeah. To not get your hand cut off, head cut off. Go on, get in there. What you know? You know Portuguese, Spanish, you know. Okay, cool. You're going to teach, see they talk. Teach my tribe these languages. You trying to wonder if I'm lying or not, but you don't understand why all them Africans over there know about over 5 to 6, 7 languages. A lot of fighting, intertwining, intertangling. History. It's long, right? Zulu. Shaka was the one who put it back up in, like, you know, perspective wise and said, we're gonna put an end to this. I'm gonna get all y'all and we're gonna collectively. That's what he did that. Started that. But you taught, you taught and you took the riches and stuff like that and you added to the culture now. Shit, you telling the truth? Yeah. The one who did it on a bigger scale, who was back as a baby, little blonde baby or something, was looking like. And Jacob told him, when I build a tribe, to come after the tribe that kicks me out and don't like me, that one probably gonna come on that white horse. Saying something. Alexander, what did you do? Great. The same thing that these black folks did. When I get you, you're with you. When I get you, I'm with you, or you're with you. Go check it out. He collected everybody. You want to be a part? Kill him. You don't want to be a part of this circus. Alexander was your first Xerxes. Stop playing. He was great, though. Xerxes was nasty. That's what they say. Let's end this out. Where are we going? We hit all of them. Yes, we did. Oh, no, you had one on the back. Come on now, stop playing. You right. Okay, Flynn statement. All right. TTO. But never met. Beloved made a statement. You gotta watch the show. I'm just gonna give a code in there. Straight out of comic book is all I'm gonna say, bro. If you're that, because you know I understood, and I back in the day had the privilege to catch a sequence that explained your getting your swag and your learning how to be black. One said it would shock me. Shock. It would shock others because others instilled so much faith in you, had so much, and still do, have so much reverence. But when you know and you can see souls and stuff like that, yeah, just like everybody else, first, and believed in change. The only thing that changed was the mindset, the mentality that we can get there and be there, can lead, can be confident in the leadership, can withstand it, right? But other than that, not knowing that because you see this kindly side, you know, you better believe, man, there's another side to make, because it's a taught. So then when something is taught, then that's a layer of persona put on. Then what persona that was covered, what is that? See what I'm talking about? What is that? And so you had that covered for so long because you was acting off somebody else, that other light-skinned actor. So you never acted yourself for a while, for a long time. You acted something else. And so now a lot of people don't know that person when it gets mad, upset, challenged, debunked, defunct, and all that stuff. That person that was covered sticks up. And some people are able to see it. I see it. So when y'all watch Flynn, like he said, I bring that up because this is the behavior so much within our community, where that layers and layers and layers we put on of our persona and play and fake and typhony, right? Forgetting who we really are. And because we didn't forget who we really are, we choose not to know who somebody else really is. And Flynn, in his documentary, showcased that of somebody y'all hold up high. The statement he said, the predecessor told him, don't hire him, don't F with him. Or the one who was about to take over. And when Flynn sat down, he said he sat down with T-Rex. He's like, why? He said he never met me, never talked to me, but appointed me to higher positions, one position to another. But based off assumptions, lies, and folks that didn't like how Mr. Flynn was fully, technically sound to operate outside the box, and because others want the same construct. Kennedy dealt with the same thing. Kennedy dealt with the same thing, his cabinet. This point in time, though, it was reversed. It was somebody who was laying the pathway for somebody like a Kennedy. See how it's real. So that opened the eyes of that. I say that because, watch this, what that leading, that same person who influenced like this to do this bad behavior is the same influence that runs around us in our community, because we endured that person. We reveled in that person. We believed. Faith. Some, right? So that today, some still believe that, could care less about the reality of the damage these folks done, this folks done, the lies, the propaganda, the open hand when they say it's time we get dirty too. When in reality, nobody getting dirty. You see what I'm talking about? It's just people chose to be losers with loser mentality of not being public civic servants. You're losing when you're a public civic servant and you think first about yourself rather than the public that put you up there to serve. Come on now. Y'all spell it. Don't play. See what I'm talking about? So people still follow because they're like, I don't know. Why? Because the layers they've put on. And then you understand this by look at that side. And I'm not throwing stones, beloved. It's your choice, alternate, all that. But you have more folks on that side of the spectrum, liberal side of the spectrum, who's like, do what you want. You know, if you want to put this, a nose right here and all that, yeah, free will. And no, you don't want to have them baby. Yeah, kill the baby. And here's pills and we'll get them out to you easy. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, augmentate your body. Bigger, better, and da-da-da. You see what I'm talking about? You know? Shoot yourself up and lose weight faster. And you see what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Don't it make sense? So that's what we hear. You know what I'm saying? Whether people like it or not. Like I say, like I demonstrate with my weight loss and my life and testimony, you know. To each his own. But there's still folks out there that love the prescription of principles and value themselves and on a natural and, you know, respect themselves and so much. Understand this is a temple, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be the greatest with it, but, you know, a lot of us want folks to, you know, we want a nation where we shooting 100 grandpas and grandmas out there looking back and they seeing 50, 60, boom, still doing, wow, okay, yeah, because that's what I was doing at 60, 50, still popping and going, da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? And a younger nation and stuff, moving, shaking, growing, inventing, being and stuff like that. Yeah, most definitely, you know what I'm saying? I can only imagine what our beloved hundreds and elders get to that age and look back and say, wow, I can only imagine. Because I look at them like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I look at them, wow, that takes me back to 40s and 20s and, hey, wow, you live good. You lived good because they look good and they still here. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah. We'll end this one. To the next one, y'all. Love, peace, and oil. Love, peace, and hair grease. I said oil. Do you need oil in the car? I might. You can get my car down to the dealership. I ain't been around there. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll be around for a couple of days, you know, pushing these, pushing that. Not working, because you know the president. So this ain't work. This just communicate, socializing, sprinkling, love to the highest honor.